Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Noel Sarah, and welcome to your reading with me, Shamar. So today we're going to be looking at your guys' current and your future energy. If you want a timestamp to when that starts exactly, there should be one in hopefully the description. And not in the description, I'll put it in like the comments and pin it. And not me and somebody else. But if you want to like skip straight to it from this point, you can go ahead and click that timestamp. Hope you guys are doing pretty well. Make sure to like the video, share, subscribe. This energy is very much a very usually most reading can be like what's the word? It's not sauntering. I don't even know what that word means, but lazily, not lazily, but like I just make my way to it and then start when the energy calls for it to be started. But this one was more so like make a beeline straight to the area and just do it first off the bat sort of energy. And even the wind's like agreeing with me today because the wind's been super strong. So it feels like a super strong direct purpose. Like even the wind is like very much like cut. It cuts straight to the point. Or the air energy in general. But I guess it's neither here nor there. But yeah. We can go ahead and get straight into this reading. We're going to be using the first the bicycle deck, which is like a regular bicycle deck of cards, to get an overall energy. And then we'll use the Wild Unknown to look at your current and future. I think. Or we'll use the Wild Unknown and then clarify with the bicycle. I don't know. I'm going to go with my first thought on that. Straight to the point. You know what I'm saying. So let's see what we got. I didn't shuffle these, pre-shuffle, but they got shuffled around in my backpack, so let's say the bottom of the deck is Seven of Pentacles, like making a new type of plan, or reassessing something, or just making a plan in general. If I see like the Three of Wands, alright, now I see the Seven of Pentacles back at the bottom, so it's like sticking to a plan, because you see how the Seven of Pentacles stayed at the very bottom of the deck. So it's like sticking to a plan, but I also split the deck. So something about like being split from an energy, or also something about being like splitting from a plan, but then like being like a detour, but then getting back on track. Like when you're following the maps and you go like the wrong way, and then it's like rerouting you, but then you get back on track to your plan. But something is important about both of those because the number seven is about like a journey. So something's important about where you come from and where you will be, but something's also important about the detour. But I don't know. After shuffling again, look, literally Seven of Pentacles is still at the bottom, and I have not looked at it. So yeah, you're sticking to some sort of a plan. So we'll go ahead and see what the overall energy is, and hope that the wind, pray, beg, plead that the wind don't blow away these cards. I'll pull them out so I don't get them flying away, because I'm up in a tree right now and I don't have time. You're getting down to grab these cards. Literally, you see that? Look at that. You probably can't. I don't know. It's not easy to tell. I can't really. I'll show you to you. Who knows? But anyways, let's see what we have overall. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. So overall, this is about the longevity of something, because if I said you're sticking to a plan, it's like you're sticking to a plan for this reason, being the Ten of Pentacles, and look at the Seven of Wands is out now, so literally defending a plan, defending something has long-term success. I don't know what that is though, but what I do know is that I'm trying to figure out what I feel with that energy for sure, but one thing I know absolutely is that I'm reading Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. I found it at a friend's house and I asked if I could borrow it for a bit. So I'm reading Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. I've heard about it time and time again. I've heard about Eckhart Tolle over and over again. But specifically in that book, I was trying to I've read like 5,000 to 5,005 million books, and so I always try to do something different each time I read it, so I can read it the way my soul feels called to. And that one, this time I just started with chapter 3. I'm gonna go back and read the whole thing, but I started with chapter 3. And even still, my bookmark. Oh yeah, the sketch. My bookmark in it. I pulled a random card and it was like the 3 of Swords, but I got the 3. So this is definitely Sword 1. Specifically, the number 3 is important because then from 7 to get to 10, you have to add up 3. So there's a 3 energy that's important here. Energy of magic, energy of connection, energy of groups and what's the word? Community. That's important here. But even 10 of Pentacles could be a community of family. Like it's something long term. And it's of the earth energy, so it's like you may feel a soul's purpose to this, but then it also has physical abundance, physical consequences, whether good or bad, but also just physical cause and effect that you should be able to see, like physical give and take that you'll be able to see, but it's on a long-term basis. It's on a full, complete basis. It completes something in your life as well as it begins something new in your life, it seems. But I don't know. So where am I gonna put this in? Right here, so I don't fly away. I'm like a bird, don't wanna fly away. I forget who that is. One sec. So now we've got the wild unknowns there. We got the magician at the bottom. The magician is, I don't know where he's looking to, but if I think about the 10 being the completion, and that's also a 1, so a lot of 1 energy. The 10 is that like full process completion and making a new one. This is the magician at the start of it, and the way that he's looking, it's like, and this loser just jumped up and started looking at me. What the fuck? He flew away. He came up, looked, and then flew away. So there's something about that where it's like the magician energy is very, very quick, very sudden. It's like the rider in the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. It's almost like you. And back to that detour energy. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna pull cards. Back to that detour energy. It's like you came into some sort of a, maybe with that 3 energy, a group or a community. You came into some sort of like connection, and it was very, and it could have seemed very quick, very. Like it was like everything was quick. Like even like with the 10, it was like a quickness of like feeling full and complete, and a quickness of feeling like this was like where you're supposed to be. But then that detour also came very quickly. It's like some things are happening very like quickly in rapid concession, and it's almost like a rapid procession. I don't know which the right word is, but it's almost like that energy is here to show you that you have learned quite a bit and you know so much that you're able to complete these lessons, these quests, or even side quests. You're able to finish these and complete them very quickly. So it's almost not about learning like the base. It's not about learning the base lessons at this point. It's almost like it feels like even like extra credit, or at the same time it also feels like new lessons that you're learning, and to focus on what new lessons you could be learning, because you have the full power, you have all the tools that you need with the magician, but also you're completing things and you're moving fast through them. And you have completion on the sites to just trust and believe in yourself, because trust and believe in yourself and support yourself, because that is who owns your complete magic, but it is yourself. But at the same time, it's like I'm imagining the track and field where you like pass the baton to someone else after you complete your section of the race, except every member at the little stop points or the little pass points, they're all you. They're all different versions of you, but they're all you. So you run, you pass the baton to yourself, pass the baton to yourself. It's like you've got this handled. You can fully believe and trust in yourself. You just have to do that physical aspect of the running, of the moving. Well, let's see what we got. At least for current and future interview. Yeah. That's a lot to handle though, oh my god. Let's see, currently we have temperance. So you could be like being patient for something or letting something God, song's always playing. Let it all work out, baby. What's that? What's that, Lil Wayne? Yeah. With the Six of Pentacles at the bottom. So it's like you may be letting something work out, letting something come into balance, letting something grow into its fruition. The Temperance is 14, so it's a 5, so something is changing, as well as you are having to stick to the core of yourself, and because the 5 is about, the 5 can seem like a 1, it can seem like things are, or even the 5 seems like a 0 sometimes. It's like you don't know where you are, you don't know where you come from, you're just like at a halfway midpoint by that 10. So it's like you can either, you have a choice, you can go back or you can go forward, so that's what that Six of Pentacles was saying, but it's like, you have to make that choice with nothing around you, like having that choice, making that choice without. So it's like, what are you going to trust in, what are you going to believe in? But I strongly, with the cards that are here, with the 10 Pentacles out, and then that sort of like 7 defend, and that 7 of, the 7 of Pentacles earlier with the 6 of the plan, it's definitely saying stick to your plan, stick to your process, keep moving no matter what else is around is stopping that, or trying to stop that at least. And while I'm filming this is Capricorn season, so it's definitely important to remember to like know the importance of your words and the importance of your intentions, because literally this is a season for speaking magic into existence. I've done, and here's 6 Pentacles. Literally, you see how like magical and synchronistic it is? It's like how intentional you are. And I mean, I've noticed playing soccer recently, I'll be like, dang, I'll kick that ball so randomly and it'll go exactly where I wanted it to. But then when I think about it too much, or I think about how I'm going to do this, or when I get to the ball and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm in my head and not on earth, when I'm up in there and I'm not planted on the ground, I kick the ball, it goes awry. It don't go anywhere I want it to go. And that's the importance. It's like very much so knowing who you are, knowing what you say, and knowing what you intend, and then like, but like, and then speaking that into existence with full surety of everything, you know? Bless you. That's currently, what's the future say we have? You might think life would be a dream, life is a dream. Seeing trouble from a distance. The King of Pentacles. I said seeing trouble from a distance. And look at that, he got his antlers on like antennas, how they colored up. So your intuition is strong. There's a lot of Pentacle energy coming out. And I noticed that in the current you have the Temperance, which is major arcana, and in the future is minor arcana with the Court card being the King of Pentacles. So you're definitely abundant in the future. You definitely, you are, oh, you've got a bag. And it's like with the antenna, it's like you know it. You know you have a bag coming for you. And with 10 of Pentacles being that card overall, and the King of Pentacles here, it's like you can sense, no matter what stage that you are, you can sense that you are going to be, with the kings and the queens are all about like what experience has taught them, because the pages and the knights go out and get that experience, and the queens and kings then have the experience and they have the authority then to speak on the experience they've had. So at first I was going to say with the major arcana and minor arcana, it's like the universe is got one hand on it, or they've got a wing in the process. You might be winging it in the current. He's really trying to push through his patience or push through his alchemy. But it's like and there's a lot of water. I'm wearing a lot of blue, and I got a bunch of water today, and I feel like it's gonna rain pretty soon. So it's got a lot of water energy plus this earth, even water in the Temperance card. But it's like there's a lot of like fresh soil energy. It feels like this feels very abundant too. This King of Pentacles. So I keep having to go back to the thought. King of the Temperance, the universe has a little bit more of a hand in it. They might be like pulling the strings, and you're just having to respond to the energy of the universe. But in the future, the universe is then asking you, how are you going to handle this authority? What are you going to do with this experience? What are you going to do with this level of abundance that you're being like gifted and granted? Which is really nice, because it seems like you've got a lot of smarts, and you see things very clearly with all these colors. Not just clearly, but you see them as it is, but then you see it separately. So you can understand like what you feel, who you are, and you can understand that there are other perspectives as well. And with that, you're able to nurture and foster like a beautiful environment. Because with the King, you've probably seen a lot. You've probably been through a lot on Earth. You've seen and experienced the give and take, and like the currency and even like the current. You've seen like you're hip. I don't know. not that you're hip, but like you're in the know. You know what you know, and you know who you are at the same time. So I feel with Capricorn season and the King of Pentacles coming out, it's like you're very much so in the right flow for sure for what you're trying to achieve. At the bottom you have Judgment. So yeah, big decisions coming. This is in black and white. So it's like very interesting. I would say that like this might be black and white. Like this decision might be very much so like one way or the other. Or at the same time, you might be dealing with two separate elements and trying to, maybe like trying to work through the light and then trying to work through your dark. Then also making decisions. But I also feel like you have all this color lit up in your mind. So you know that there's a world outside of black and white. You know that there are colors that exist, but you might be dealing with something that might be a little bit more simple than you are. So it's about making sure to remain on the ground, but then also keep your mind very creative. But then to like just still remain, as grounded as you can be. But then also at the same time, it's like what the fuck? See, what the hell? What is that? With Capricorn season and all this wind, it's a very magical energy. But I can't put my finger on what it is. I say that, and like literally the finger that is on the card is like in this section, which I believe would be like the heart of the animal. It's the heart of the animal. Even with the birds here and you see this big white bird, I feel like it's you, because you're like the big dog with the King of Pentacles coming out, and all these other birds are following the light. If they're not following the light, it's like almost like darkness is repelled by that light, just because it's the natural balance. It's like the more light that comes in, the more darkness that's erased. The more darkness that comes in is the more light that's erased. So it's like that balance of it. It's not like it makes a choice. It's just like it's how it occurs. So, and now all those thoughts are coming together in a sense where it doesn't make sense, but it kind of does. Where it's like I'm hearing the words choice and nature. And it's like a lot of animals don't have choices on what they can't speak. They can't use opposable thumbs. But with us, with humans, we're granted a lot of those choices. We can use our thumbs. We can use our brains and mouths to speak. But also at the same time, we do have a choice to delve into that animalistic nature. Like we could choose to not speak. We could choose to use our hands for like destruction, rather than and something just fell. So there's definitely like a message in that. It's artwork that I have. So it's reminding me that like I use my hands to make artwork rather than for beating up motherfuckers that make me upset. So I don't know. It might be a give and take process in the future. Decisions you're making, choices you have to make, and it's about like remembering to use your ability, your primal nature, your using your, I would say street smarts, but just using your knowledge. Yeah, using your knowledge to survive and do the best thing you can for you yourself, but then also fix that. But also using your mind. Oh, that's right. Using your mind to also be a well-rounded human being, especially with me pointing at the heart of the King of Pentacles. So it's like using your heart to remember that you are human, but then also like staying true to your roots, to your core, to your soul. Because something about the balance of that, especially with Judgment, black and white coming out of that Scorpio energy, is very much like being cutthroat and being fucking for real about who you are and what you deserve, and doing what it takes to survive. Because that's important too. You can't just like lay down as like a doormat, but then also remembering to keep your humanistic heart, and then also like utilizing that to still be kind. And when you do that, like it shows like a magical fucking blend of the both, because it seems like it's very separate as it can be, because like it's hard to maintain both. Like you either are the doormat, you have to like completely be one way, or you are like cutthroat and awful and you don't give a fuck about anyone else but yourself, or you give so much of a fuck about everyone else that you don't give a fuck about yourself. And those are easy to stay in separately, because when you try to mix them, you have to really think, you have to really, really make choices, and you don't win everything, you don't lose everything, but with that lack of control, like not many people enjoy holding that balance. But I believe that in the future it has a great win for you. Like you probably won't expect it, and you probably wouldn't expect it because it might. And with the King of Pentacles, the experience may have taught you that when you are holding the balance of both, it can be more of a loss for you. But I think that's just been like on a bigger scale. That's just been how it's been, more of a loss because it's supposed to really build you up in that holding strong in it. Because if it worked for you every time, you wouldn't really have like a strong muscle in it. Or if it didn't work for you every time, I don't know. It's just something about that faith and building that up. Because I think now in the future, holding that balance between being who you are and really still giving a fuck about other people and holding that all together is what's going to have a major, like I feel like a bank. I see like Gringotts with fucking Harry in the first movie with the magician being number one. In the first movie when he opened that bank and he said, "Who's all this money for?" Harry said, "What the fuck is all this? What did?" He said, "Where does cash come from? And whose is this?" And then Hagrid was like, "This is yours. Your parents left it for you." And that King of Pentacles is like the father of Pentacles, so it's giving more of that parental energy. And the Temperance, like with the big wings, holding it under, like being held under someone's wing. It gives that energy very much so like parental, like someone, like not maybe not even a physical parent leaving something for you, maybe an ancestor, like a grandmother, grandfather, but like just an entity, an energy, leaving you an inheritance of something because, and it's not because of anything. It may not be because of anything physically you're doing, but it's because of what you do when you hold to your soul and you hold to who you are. It has that inheritance locked away for you, and so I think you're unlocking some of that, a bunch of that inheritance coming forward in the future. And whether that inheritance involves money, whether it involves a bank of mind knowledge, a bank of emotional like refreshment, or whether that bank holds like something like power to your spirit. I think it holds all four, to be honest, but it just holds because it's giving Emperor energy for sure with the King of Pentacles and the 10. So it just feels like you're completing something major and you're starting something brand new. And when you start off in that new journey, you're gonna start with a bang. It's like going to college with like after that like going away party where like everyone leaves you like a bit of cash and they leave you like gifts and stuff. It's very much so like gifts and cash and like I don't know. I know Christmas just passed, so it's really not an energy for like gifts giving, but like something that I've noticed is that for me, energy always has a long span. It's never just one day. So I'll get probably gifts on Christmas and then get gifts a week after that, and then get gifts from people in like January. It used to happen a lot when I was younger, and I would see my grandparents later. And literally, I would see my grandparents later, and they would give me gifts. And I would see like another family member like months later, and they would give me gifts they meant to give me at Christmas. And then my birthday is short after that, in March. So I sure as hell got gifts still more after that. So don't stick yourselves into a single energy. Like know that energy flows, and that as long as you stay flowing in your natural energy, that you got a bunch of gifts and a bunch of inheritance coming your way. That's amazing. 3 of Pentacles. That makes sense. Working with the group. Another 3. So yeah, your community is very important. Definitely make sure that when you give, or when you are given to, that you do give back, and that you continue to make the cycle or the process cycle itself through. So that the more that you give, the more that you receive, and the more that you receive when you give, just give back to what gives to you, and it'll multiply from there. All right, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for being here. My loves. I will see you on the next one. I want to say that I love you guys times 2, times 3. I love you guys times 10. And I'll see you guys on the next one so much. Thank you so much. Like the video, share it, subscribe, comment, all the amazing things. And give yourself a hug, drink some water, stay safe. And I'll see you guys next time. Alright, see you guys.